Hi all. Right, welcome back. In action, Kharkov, German Soul, part 54. Right, I've been away for quite a few days now. Um, some bad things happened here. We had to say goodbye to one of our little dogs, wee Gracie. Yeah, only 3 year old, taken too soon. We knew she was going to go, but she's been hanging on for a bit. But had to come the time. Okay, I can't speak much about this because it's going to get me kind of emotional. Okay, I have been sort of trying to play the game to take my mind off of things because we knew this was going to happen, and it's been tough, but it does take your mind away. Um, so let's just try and get back to the game. Right. Okay. Let's get on with the game. Um, right. So I'd finished um, the last part. Like I say, it was quite a while ago now. I noticed one mistake that I had made, I think, and what was it? What unit was it? I made the comment in the header. It's not in there. I must have moved someone else, Grant. Yeah, was it Unit 6? I think it was Unit 6, wasn't it? Yeah, I believe so. He was adjacent to this unit here, and I completely skipped it on checking movement method 2. Um, I had mentioned the fact that I thought it wasn't going to get closer to the objective marker because it was moving. I think it was in this hex, so it had to move back one. It was moving further away from its objective to to go adjacent to German VP hex. So I think I commented on it, but I managed to skip it when we were going through the. I went from 1, 4, and then I jumped to 9. I think, didn't I? Or 8. 8. We've got an 8 somewhere, haven't we? Yeah. Yeah. So I managed to skip by them, but because they were spearhead units, and there was nothing to do with open supply line, it jumped right to movement method 10, and then I picked up from there with it. So I'm pretty sure it still made the right move. But like I say, I made a comment in the header about it. Yeah, apart from that, I was watching some of Michael's footage, and a couple of little things came up. I noticed they had a reinforced battle situation that was similar to mine, where you had a stack of 3 Soviet units that were in an attack and wanted to reinforce the battle, and only 2 of the units could move in. And I remember having that situation myself, and I wasn't quite sure how to go about it when only 2 of the units could fit in, so you had to leave one of them behind. So I posted that along with another couple of questions that came up on Michael's. One going back to, well, it's movement method 8 in this game. It came up in the Soviet, so we never really got any clarification on it. But I still feel that I think the way the boys commented, Martin and Tom at the time, felt that you should consider, and within this game it would be, if I was moving a Soviet unit adjacent to 2 German units and only one of them had a Soviet unit adjacent and the other one did not, could you just consider the one, or did you have to consider them all, basically? And I think that is the case. But John Butterfield never quite came in on that one. So I posted that along with another couple of questions to see if we can get some clarification on them. Okay, so that's all that's going on. And it was a Varnes front. Now the Soviets only got 1 card left. Now we've got 2, I think. Or 3 maybe. We've got 3 cards. Right, so yeah, I'm sure something else had cropped up in my thinking because I only watched my footage back just yesterday. Finished watching back part 52. And yeah, well, we're in a mess now, so it's not a case of possibly being able to grab 1 victory point back because they took They took what is it, Akhtarka as well. So that's me down to 13 victory points. So I think more the issue might have been to try and attempt to have rescued some supply, but I can't see that happening. I think the only way it could happen, and let me move the cards out of the way again, and I don't think that's even possible, is if Popov activated. If Popov activated, but I think if Popov activate, they're going to come around Krasnograd. They're going to use movement method 2. And although they can't move into Krasnograd with movement method 1, they can still move adjacent to German VPX if it's getting nearer their objective. So my guess is they're going to gather around there. I'm just wondering if it might enable us. And what I need to do is take this unit out, and I'm trying to get supply to these units. But I don't know what the last card for the Soviets is as well. And I get the feeling it's not Popov, because I think we've had enough Popov activations, haven't we? Really. I mean, what I could do is play this card to get that Soviet card out of the way. You know, I could play this for the special OKW, which we're definitely doing now. Because we cannot grab 2 victory points back. You know, there was maybe thoughts of getting 1 back by maybe to try to take Zemiev back. And I found out I couldn't move that unit first. Then I talked about having this attack first to knock that out of the way, and then maybe we would go to Zemiev. But the fact that's going to take us to 12 points, if we did do that, that's still not less than 12. What is it going to be? Yeah, it's got to be less than 12. So I think I probably would actually be better playing this. And then what we'll do is we'll probably keep these last 2 cards for... The only thing is they're both... You know, if something changes... I still think the best thing to do is going to be to use these to attack and use one of these attacks to reinforce against that. And what it might enable us to do if the Popov units have moved. Well, we might know then if they're going to move. Well, no, we'll know if they've moved because the next Soviet impulse will have happened. And we can see what they do. And that could maybe... Because what I could do is, to be honest, if they did move down to here, is it not possible that as activating 48 core that we could get this unit down as well? And possibly trace some, because we... Yeah, where are we needing to get a supply trace to though, Grant? That's the thing. Where are these going to find the road? Because if these units are moving down into this area, they're going to block this road off here. This road's already been blocked off, so is this. I mean, they've not gotten out, have they? Yeah, I mean, this road's no good either. Yeah, in fact, they've not got it in. There's no way. So maybe I do need to rethink that. What about actually... Mind you, that's only that guy, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about the possibility of this Popov unit moving away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would take him onto a road. Assuming I can get through this gap here. That there's a gap. But that's only the guys. If I go up to them, then we're assuming something. Well, actually, these could advance. Ooh, wait a minute then. Oh no, but I need something in here, don't I? I still need something in that hex. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, you could 2 hex advance into there as well. No, these could all advance down. That could be traced from there then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, yes. Mate, that That's me hoping that Mobile Group Pop-Off are going to move. I think it's silly not to be playing this card now anyway. The only thing is I could break it up. I could play this and have an impulse of that, then have another activation, a 48 core. I suppose that's what I'm sort of wondering about. But I think, going by what I'm talking about there, we would want to attack and reinforce the battle with it. They can't advance. Yeah, if they're reinforcing the battle, they can't advance after combat. Well, it would allow these two units to move into here and then here. And then that would enable both this stack and this stack to trade supply if this pop-off unit's not there. And we might be able to do something with that unit. Yeah, okay. I think I'll do this. It does mean that I'm going to be keeping these 2 cards, which means it's really only a 1 impulse. Well, possibly not. If I might see that I could just activate and then activate an any 1 unit move, possibly. Okay, so let's get this special done then. Let's double check what it does. Oh, sorry, camera's away. Right, so it's okay. Special OKW expedites and German units, not cards, scheduled to become available as reserves on turn 6 are instead available on turn 5. So it's as simple as that. So these 3, these are available on turn 6. So these are going to come into the turn 5 box. And so are the second SS units. So we'll just slide them in there. Hopefully I'll not forget that I've played that card. That should be fine. Right, so now you can see, look at all the reserves we're getting. 1 Rouse unit and then there's 3 each in each of these stacks. So yeah, so it's a strong card right enough. It is a strong event. Okay, well that's that. We've no more cards. We've got 2 cards now in our hand. Yeah, so let's get this last German impulse out of the way then. Right, not sure if I said German impulse there, but I meant Soviet impulse. Right, so 1 card to go. Oh, it's pop-off. Well, I mean, it's just units. But that guy's a 6 strength. Right, there's a possibility. I mean, it's not going to budge them all, but there's a I mean, he's the important one. If he goes across the Krasengrad now. Right, anyway, that becomes the command card, because we've only got 1 card left. So, yeah, let's go and see what's going to happen. This could be interesting. So, Mobile Group Pop-Off Units card. Activate up to 2 unit stacks in Mobile Group Pop-Off, not on a VP Hex. And all Mobile Group Pop-Off reserves, there's no reserves. We've also no auxiliary card, obviously. So prefer A supplied, B not surrounded, C highest strength, D most units, E lowest selector. Well, looking right away, this guy is in a VP Hex, so he's not an option. I mean, he was only 2 strength as well. We do have a couple up here. The 3 strength, 2 strength, I mean, they're all supplied. And none of them are surrounded. No, so you're looking at highest strength. Like I say, this is in a VP Hex, so this is not high strength. It's going to be this and this, isn't it? That's a 2, that's a 3, this is a 7. That's a pity. I would have preferred if it'd been that guy, because I think, yeah. I'm not going to get through. Yeah, I wouldn't have mattered. If I moved that guy, I needed both of them to move for me to have a path through there, didn't I? So my guess is it's going to be these two guys who've got 7 strength and this guy who's got 6 strength. So yeah, there is going to be a gap. As long as from this hex there is going to be a gap down through here. Okay, this might come to something nice just to finish the turn off after we've had a miserable time of it. Although I guess we were expecting it. We were. Yeah, so is that definitely the two guys, the 2 stacks activating? Yeah, the other 2 are up there. Let's say no reserves. None of them are in VP hexes. Yeah, okay. Now the front objective is actually quite close. That's Vorness front. No, Grant, that's the wrong front, right? Yeah, I'm definitely going to mention that, maybe in a wee post to BGG as a suggestion. Well, the thing is, the game's been made now, and if they reprint it, I'm pretty sure they're not going to change the colour of these, but I would certainly have liked these to have been. They only needed, like I say, the southwest front objective marker, just that orange. Just complete orange, and then you would know it wasn't a unit, I think. And then for the Vorness front, obviously this sort of yellow. Anyway, yeah, so it is southwest front, so he's 1, 2. No, he's not bringing zone of control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's far too. He's nowhere near it. Well, actually, I think is it in its 3rd position now anyway? It's just got to be reached. I think so. So I don't think being proximate to it matters. Right, okay. Let's move on to what we're going to do with these 3 units then. Okay, so method 1, take a VP hex. Well, here we have a VP hex. However, enter an empty German town or city, move to an empty German-owned town city unless targeted exclusively for the inactive front. So this is targeted for the Vorness front, so this is targeted exclusively for the inactive front. So they do not want to enter that town. And that would have been the only one that they could reach. Poltova, which is, I might just catch it in the bottom, right, there we go, which is down here as well. 3, 4, 5, you can't quite reach it, but again, this is targeted exclusively for Vorness front, so he wouldn't move in there anyway, even if he could reach. So yeah, and that's only the 2 options. I mean, yeah, that's that. So the next one is the one that gets them moving around though, and it feels a little weird, this, but I don't know. I mean, they must have noticed this in playtesting and been happy with how it was. It just looks a little odd. But anyway, I mean, it's a really, really complex AI, and it tries to cover everything. So, you can understand it can't take care of every single thing, and that's why they have these sometimes strange moves, suboptimal moves, and it's good. It gives you a wee bit of a chance, because you think, oh right, that's good. You don't know what they're going to do sometimes. Right, so we can move on. Move method 2. Adjacent to German VP hex and near objective. Move to a hex closer to or within 4 hexes. Right, they're not going to get within 4 hexes of the objective marker. So let's move to a hex closer to the unit's objective marker and adjacent to a German VP hex. Now this time it doesn't say that it's got to be targeted exclusively for their front. So it does, however, prefer a hex A targeted exclusively by the active front. But they can't move adjacent to any Lazovia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, he's only 1 away. So that was worth a look. Yeah, Lazovia is targeted for the southwestern front. Not so sure it'll be getting close. Well, yeah, probably is. But if it can't reach, it can't reach, Grant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 1 hex short. So cannot reach that. However, they can move adjacent to Krasnograd. And this is what I thought was going to happen. This is where my cunning plan has come in. Mind you, I never knew what this last card was going to be. And, you know, it could have been something totally different and not done any of this. But it's given these guys a little hope of being able to trace supply. And it's really important because we need at least one of the units in there to be able to trace supply, because if none of them can go out of supply, then we can't attack with them. We need a supplied unit to start an attack. And if they're stuck in there, then it's going to be tough. Even though with all these reserves that we're getting, we want to be able to have them still be able to put up a fight. I mean, okay, they can defend, but being unsupplied, you see how sometimes it can happen. You draw the unsupplied chits, disperse unsupplied, and you just get slaughtered. Okay, so we can't prevent a hex that's targeted exclusively by the front. Then we're looking for occupied by the least German strength. But now, hang on. Popov, this guy can, we said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can move adjacent to Poltava. We call it Poltava, but it's not. So, well, what are we moving? Yeah, we are actually moving this in adjacent and ascending order. So I'll just open the big picture there so you can see the front objective marker here. This is where Poltava is, where the Voronezh front objective marker. And obviously these guys can only go here, but this guy's the first one we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can reach this hex only, I think, adjacent to Poltava. He could also go here. So he does have 2 options. None of them are targeted exclusively by active front. Both of them are occupied by the least German strength, which is 0. None of them are across a Dnieper River hex side from the moving unit's hex, and D with the highest VP value. Well, there you go. So actually this guy's going to go away down here, which might even be better for us. I don't know. Yeah, so his preference is Poltava because it's got 2 VPs. This has only got 1. I'm wondering if when you move into turn 5, they might just suddenly say, right, we're going into these towns. I don't know, I've not looked at that. Because it changes, doesn't it? Use the movement methods of 9.21 through game turns 1 to 4. Use these methods from game turn 5 onward, only if the active front objective marker is in play. Right, so it's going to just stay the same. I hadn't looked into that. So it's going to stay the same until the objective marker goes away. So that's good. He's going to just roll down here, and then he'll then head for here, which is a southwest front target. Okay, so I think he can only move to that 1 hex, like I said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because it's woods there and woods there. Yeah, so it can only move to that 1 hex. So starting from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He did start from there, but I don't think we need to be concerned. Well, the one thing could be supply. I don't think there's going to be any issues though, because they've got everything sort of taken care of. I'm sure you could probably trace across. Is that road any good? Oh, well, maybe not, because they can't come up through Kharkov area for their supply. Hang on though, at the moment I can see that you can trace up this road. No, not through that town, Grant. That's not Soviet owned yet. Well, can I not just trace the 7 though, Grant? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 onto that road there, up to here. not going into here, and then across, up, and through Zimiev, and then up and away. Yeah, that's fine. So he is still able to trace supply, which might have been the issue. You start keeping an eye on that. Once we get these reserves in the next turn, then we need to be watching that more closely, I think. Other restrictions, we're not opening anything up, are we? We weren't surrounding anything. No. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so that's that guy moved away from that head. So that was important to us, because like I say, if we can get these units attacking and advancing into there, then I think both these stacks would be able to trace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. It's funny how it takes me a while before the penny drops, isn't it? How many times have I done that? And I'm just saying it's quite good that this guy's coming down here. Oh man. So now we did not want him going down there, did we? We so wanted him going across the Krasnograd. That's just screwed everything up, innit? Right, okay. Nah, I'm not gonna get a supply trace at all now. Yeah, the Soviets, they're getting everywhere now. They're all over the place. These German units are just gonna get stuck in there. Right then. Okay, never mind. Okay, so the other two guys, 12 and 16. So they can move adjacent to Krasnograd. So they will do that. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So they can get any hex round about it. Are they both mechanized? Yeah. So yeah, but we can't find a preference within that, because the preference within movement method 2 is just to find which hex that they're targeting. So it is this hex. So we just need to go straight to tiebreakers, really. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, more than one destination hex meets the requirement. So closest to the unit's objective marker if in play. So it's going to be one of the hexes at the back, you would think. Right, let me see. Okay, so it's going to be one of the 2 hexes. These are both 8 away from their objective. That was 9. Yeah, so anti-hex, yeah, it's compass direction, isn't it? So he's going to go here, the first guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from where it came. But I mean, there's a unit in there. It's not. Again, there's not. No, there's not going to be supply issues, because as long as you can trace onto the road past the town here, into there, and then we've said that one's fine. Right, so unit 16's going to do the same. And he'd want to get, again, it's going to be tiebreakers. He wants to get as close, so it would be one of these 2. And then we'd go to empty hex next, so he'll move to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There they were, and there. Just, yeah, there's nothing opened up. They can both still trace supply. They weren't surrounding anything. Yeah, all is fine. Okay, so it's pretty simple. That's it, isn't it? The 3 units moved. There's no reserves. They're not adjacent to any German units, so we're not doing anything else. There's no IPs to place, or that's them done, isn't it? Pretty sure. Nothing to bounce back to reserves, nothing to come from reserve, no IPs, no disperse markers, yeah, whole thing. So that's the last Soviet impulse, but yeah, our plans are shot again. So what do we do then? Do we still carry out that attack, or is there anything else we could do? I mean, I might want to consider still doing that and maybe activating this guy and getting them the hell out of there. I mean, I don't know. Kharkov. Yeah, I get the feeling I'm starting to see that Kharkov should fall, shouldn't it? Even though I've got a strong force in there, and it's going to take them some time. So whether there is a possibility, but I can't deploy units in here to like just go and support Kharkov. I've got to deal with all this nonsense that's coming out. It looks stable-ish. I mean, here it seems like a bit of a mess because they're all over the place. I mean, up here, Lozovia, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, admittedly, the Soviets are going to activate. They're going to go first again next turn. So, and I'd like to get some of these reserves out, but then you've got to get the reserves out first before that's the play a card, and then the Soviets get another activation. So I mean, if 6th Army are going to go again, there's a good chance Lozovia could fall. If we can avoid that from happening, I think we should start putting some kind of a line in here, and then pushing back that way maybe. I'm not quite as concerned what's happening up, or was that over in the east? Is that the east? Where's my compass? Yeah, up in the east there. Okay, well, what are you going to do just now, Grant? You've got 2 cards in your hand, and they're both 48 core cards. One's a Kampf Group 1, but less space now to put things. The event overextended doesn't come until turn 5, so we've got assigned 2 replacement points, but yeah, well, we do have eliminated units. So I could actually bring 2 units back from the dead, because everything else is at full strength from 48 core. That's maybe worthwhile thinking about now, because I can still activate the Kampf Group by putting a Kampf Group marker there. I activate both these stacks. I could have a little go at this guy, because what else is there to do? I suppose there's another thought. I could replace the 2 points and then I could deploy them. But yeah, I don't see the point in that, because we're getting 3 units coming in the next turn. So that would mean that we would be getting 5 units when we want to deploy them next turn as well. But it's not a terrible thought to like bring them back and put them in the reserved units box, because it doesn't seem like this attack's that important now, does it? I'd be 3-1 odds with 2 chip pools. Oh, and Michael caught a very good one, although unfortunately he caught it after the fact. Weak attack. Something. Yeah, I know. I've been watching back in his videos, and I never would have spoiled this. And I mean, now I'd like to think I might, because it's stuck in my head. But now where's it talk about weak attack then? Because it's only if you're drawing 2 chips. Which is quite relevant because they would be drawing a combat tactic. I think it avoids them from. Is it not in the? I'll be in the combat event sequence, show like that. Show would tell us about weak attack. German attack. There we go. Skip of weak attack. Weak attack. Maximum combat chip. Draw less than or equal to 2. So if I did just attack with both of them, that would be 3 to 1 odds with 2 chip pools, and they wouldn't draw a card. Which isn't bad, although we still need D2. No, we don't in fact. We need D3 to eliminate them, don't we? All we do is shove them back, and that's not doing us any good either. That is so annoying that guy went down there, isn't it? It never clicked with me at first as well. Because that would have been perfect. Because I'm pretty sure I would have been able to get this stack and this stack. I don't think that the other stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, it'd just be 1 hex short. Like I say, the plan about using them to reinforce battle, they wouldn't be able to advance. So yeah, that is really annoying. Because if he hadn't targeted there, he would have went there. This guy would have went there, and then the other guy would have went here or something like that maybe. And we would have had a nice, well, I suppose it makes sense, doesn't it? They've stopped you from doing that, Grant. I can't get, there's no way of getting a supply trace then from there. I can't see it anyway. No, because I can't go up through that way. I don't think that would get me anywhere anyway. Because there's no road, there's a lack of roads in this big area here. There's just that road, then this road. Now I'm just checking some of the other supply houses, looking at this guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can just reach that road. So he's okay, which kind of tells me this guy's probably not. Because like I say, we can't go up here. And we found out all this is shut off. So in actual fact, well, well, hang on, no, maybe I could reach here right enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, that's true. Right, so he can trace supply. But the other guys are definitely not going to be able to grant, so then use the 2 cards to reinforce the battle to try and take a Popov unit out, or do I bring 2 units back from the dead, in which I know there's going to be 3 full strength units in the reserve units box, which means that, well, to be honest, I'm not getting either of these cards back next turn, which kind of tells me that I'm only going to get the primary 48th core card. Yeah, that's not good to see these 2 cards in my hand at the end, is it? Because it means I'm not getting them, and I'm pretty sure it's only going to be the 48th core primary card that I'm going to be able to use to deploy. And then of course this card's not coming back next turn. What about, did we not get... no, we didn't get the 4th Panzer Army card. With a chance of getting that back then. But at least I'm going to be able to deploy 5 units if I've done that. It feels like a bit of a waste, this. You know, if I was doing it to break myself out and get some supply, then okay. But I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I've decided that I'm not. I'm going to play this and activate. Do camp group activation. And there. So we do get to activate these two and this. And I'm just going to move this guy back. I think I'm going to move him to somewhere. Not sure where. I was looking at Wazovia there and thinking, I don't know, somewhere. I mean, where can I get him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I could get him in here. It was a bit risky, but oh no, that's a good idea, Grant. That guy can't trace supply either, remember? Yeah, excellent. That worked well. I wasn't even thinking about that. So then he'd be able to trace through this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down this road. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's pretty much that hex or nothing. I'm doing that. I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into there. Because there's no hope for these guys. But what I will do, I'm not going to attack with the guys because I don't see the point. The only way I could work out is if I drew that chit that had 5-1 on one side with a D2 and 3-1 on the other side with a D2. It was a D2 and an A1, wasn't it? So, because I'm only getting 2 chit pools, so I'd have to draw that chit and another D1 hit. Because if this guy goes, if he takes D2, he goes retreat, dispersed. He's fine. And then this is the last. It's the last impulse. Well, I've got this last bit, but so it needs to be D3 or nothing. There's no point. It just means he's coming back. So I don't see the point in that at all. So I think move that unit to there, and then we'll build an IP on these guys. Now they're supplied. They're not dispersed. So it's going to give them a bit more staying power, maybe. I mean, they're going to go out of supply now. But there's nothing I can do. I mean, we could hope for an air supply card. And maybe put some plan into place where we air supply and, put one of these stats back into supply and attack, maybe use assault coordination or something. I don't know. They're just trying to hold there in defence. They're cut off now, but there's nothing we can do. And then this guy at least has moved into somewhere that is doing something. And he needs to fall back. They need to fall back. I thought about it in any one unit move, but nobody else is really able to. This guy's surrounded. And this guy down here, is he core rouse as well? Yeah. He's dispersed, but he's okay, he can trace supply. Dispersed marker will fall off him. I mean, but yeah, he can trace supply off this map edge. So that's fine. I can't really see anybody else I want to try and move away, so yeah, so I'm going to go with that. So that's my impulse over. Obviously we've activated 48th core, but my last impulse I'm going to do is replace the 2 points in 48th core. And remember, the activation doesn't count as, or I could have done it the other way about. Doesn't really matter, but it's not that I'm activating them twice. So we've got 3 units down here. I'll just bring them rather than try and angle the camera down. These 3 units in the eliminated units box. And there's nothing on the map that's that we can target. So so I've got the priority would be I would have to reduce a 1-step infantry unit on the map. Well, there's none of them. 48 core don't have infantry anyway. The second option is infantry units in the eliminated units box. Well, again, that applies. 48th core do not have infantry units. And then reduce a one-step mech unit on the map. Well, there's none of them. Like I showed you before, they're the only 2 units. Oh, sorry, they 2 and this one in. But they're all full strength. With nobody else from 48 Core on the map. And then the 4th priority is mech units and the eliminated units box. So that's these 3. Within a given priority, assigned to a German unit of your choice. So we get to pick between the 3. So zoom in a little bit there. So we've got unit 12 goes. Man, he goes from a 2 to a 4, so he seems like he goes from a 2 to a 4 as well. And he goes from a 2 to a 3. So there we go. We've got our 2, yeah. So we're gonna put these 2 into the reserve units box. And like I say, once we move into the reserve phase of the next turn, we'll get the 3 48 core full strength units down in there, and then when we get to deploy, we'll get to deploy these 2 guys as well. So yes, that goes there. Yeah, and that's it. So that's the turn finished. So can I try and wrap it up? What was the bit that was starting to take some time, although I think it was at the start of the turn, wasn't it? Or was it the end? End of turn phase, check victory levels, check garrison markers on villages for removal. Okay. Was it that bit? No, I think it was the placing the garrisons and the supply phase coming up. Yeah, that was the bit that was kind of dragging me down a little bit. But I noticed that like once I'd done it the first time, I thought, right, it might go a bit smoother next turn. That was a long time ago, mind you. So right, well let's just do end of turn phase. Right, victory check levels. Right, well unfortunately we didn't make it. Right, hang on. There you go. Victory check levels. Less than 12 would be a German strategic victory, as long as we control Kharkov as well, or own Kharkov, sorry. Greater than 24, German strategic defeat. Should be able to show you the track there. We're sitting at 13. So we're just 2 points short. Well, I know I could have avoided the point in Valky, but we were a wee bit unlucky with that one. The Turka one. I seem to remember we held, and then I forgot I was a chip pool short or a drawing or something like that, or did I forget to play the combat tactic or something, and then they ended up knocking us back too. However, they're on 13. We needed them to have less than 12 for the victory, so not a bad effort. I mean, to be honest, I'm quite happy that I got anywhere near that. But I suppose when you know you've not done it, and now it's like, well, I'm not going to try and find out what next turn is until we move these reserves, because yet again that's probably the second thing that's bugged me about the production of the game, I suppose. Well, I say second thing, probably that's the main thing, I would say, that they didn't have the calendar on the... It's not huge, I agree, it's not huge, but you know, I certainly used it a lot in enemy action or den, so there's that. And I think the other thing I was referring to was the colour of the objective markers. Now that's maybe just me, because I missed it 2 or 3 times. It's caught me out 2 or 3 times. Anyway, so no, we carry on. We're in between the 2 levels, so we carry on. I return all combat chits to the cup. Well, there must have been a replenish recently. They're all back in the cup. Remove disperse and forward support markers. Well, no forward support markers yet, but there is a few disperse markers. So we've got one on the guys up here. That stayed on from... that was that event, wasn't it? That nasty event that they had. But I didn't really bother them too much. We've got one on this guy. He managed to survive. And there's one more in the guy down on just south. No, it's not south. It's west of Turka, which I'll just take off. I won't pan the camera down. That's the core Rouse unit. Was that it, or was that? I see that camp group marker still on there. Was that it? No more dispersal? No, I can see. No. Okay. And then there's no forward support markers. Right, check garrison markers in villages for removal. 15.3. Okay, let's have a look at this then. Right, so 15.3 on page 45, removal of garrisons. During the end of turn phase, if either German or Soviet supply cannot be traced to a garrison marker in a village, hex, remove the marker. When making this check, other garrisons not adjacent to German units possess zones of control. Garrison markers are not removed from VP hexes at this time. Okay, and then it tells you when they're removed at other times. That's when you're starting adjacent and whatever. So, okay. Right, let's look up here first then and see what we've got. Right, so I guess I'm going to check them in the same order just in case it has an effect. Like as in, well, actual fact, the best way to look at it is like hex numbers, isn't it? Going in descending order, hex numbers. So you go that way, then that way. So like this is 2110. So I'm going to check 2109, then 21 right, that way, and then up the next row and whatever. So this guy, can we trace German supply? Yes. And remember, any other garrisons around that exert zone of control. So German supply, yes. Soviet supply, yes. Yeah, so he will stay. Yeah, we're going to remove if not, right. And we don't check the ones, this isn't a VP hex up here. I know I'm jumping up to him right enough, but we don't check him. However, what about this one then? Can German supply be traced to that? No, I don't think it can. Soviet supply can. German supply would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't think German supply is traceable to that. No, so we're going to take that one away. Okay, what's next? Like I say, that one up there is in a VPX, so we don't look at that one just yet. Next one's down here, I think. I'll open it up a bit. So we've got, I think the next one to come is here. Yeah, German supply is not going to be traceable to that either, although Soviet is. No German supply traceable to that. And then in here, yeah, I'm pretty sure all these are going to go away, aren't they? So next one would be here. Yeah, we're not tracing German supply to that. The one away up the top. These are VP hexes, so they stay, but German supply, no German supply. Right, hang on, no grand. Actually, I took that one away from there. I don't think it is though. Was it there? Yeah, there's no gaps for that one to get through, but I think that's the same for this guy and all, isn't it? There's no gap here, because remember, this is a German map edge hex, but can't trace in there, so it can trace 1, 2, 3, but it can't trace into there. No. Yeah, and like I say, there's no gaps, so that's going away, and this one's going away as well. Yeah, German supply not traceable to anything. Yeah, so it pretty much wiped out most of them. The 3 in the VP hexes stay. It was just this one, I think, that stayed. Yeah. Okay. Right, and then after that, it's from turn 7, or on turn 7, that doesn't apply. advance turn marker on calendar and start next turn. There we go. Right. Good stuff. Right, well we'll do that, we'll advance the turn marker. Unit. There's no space in that box because of all the reserves. But we'll be dealing with that shortly anyway, so yeah. Okay. Turn 4 comes to an end. Turn 5 is going to bring some new things, no doubt. This is our turn for our reserves, and in particular because of that OKW expedite card, it's going to bring 6 more reserves as well. So I don't know what the victory level is. Like I say, I can't see that. I can't see it at all without moving lots of units. So we'll find out what that is, and we can look at it and we can consider it. I felt like it did sort of tie me down in that turn, and if I had sort of accepted that I wasn't going to make 11 victory points, I might have made some changes to my movement, I suppose, and done things a bit different. But I suppose the hope was still there. I mean, we were close-ish, weren't we? I think we were close-ish. That's about the best it's going to get. Right, okay, I'll get this one put up whenever, and hopefully get back to a bit more just now. Just like I say, it does take my mind off some things that are, yeah. Okay, I'll be back with the next part soon. Cheers, guys.